post-pregnancy, I did deal with really bad postpartum depression, and I've been very open about that too. And so, yeah, it was like post-pregnancy hit. And again, something I was so passionate about was no longer really able to give it my all anymore.
Welcome to Mommispace. My name is Brianna Bernhard, your hostess, and I am a new mom. I selfishly created this podcast to get some advice and inspiration from the moms in my community who are doing amazing things while raising their families. I've realized motherhood is hard, but knowing I'm not alone in this call makes all the difference, and I hope you feel refreshed as you listen. Welcome to the tribe. Welcome back to Mommispace. This is Bree, and today I am here with Piper DeYoung. Piper, welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Piper is another one of my past guests from the Thread the Future podcast. And we have mutual friends and connections, probably mostly from Crossroads Church. But I'm so excited to have you on the show today. When we talked last time, neither of us were moms. We were both pregnant. So, I guess technically we're moms when we're pregnant, right? But this is exciting because now we both have our babies and they're both girls, which girls rule. Heyo.
Yes.
And
they're finally here. They're both finally here.
So crazy. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of dive in and chat with you a little bit about your life as a new mom and what you're doing for work, and a little bit about your YouTube channel for those of you who don't know. Piper and her husband are big vloggers and doing some really cool stuff. So yeah, but before we kind of dive into that, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're located, and what daily life looks like for you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, again, my name is Piper, and we are located in Southern California, Corona to be exact. And daily life, man, that has changed since we last spoke. Daily life is totally different now. Wow. I mean, I feel like for where I'm at right now, daily life is just trying to figure out how to work and be a mom and, because I work from home. So it's kind of that like blurred line of stay-at-home mom, but then I'm also working. Right. And not that being a stay-at-home mom, first of all, is work in itself already. Yeah. So it's just kind of adding an additional element to what's already crazy and hard as it is. Yeah. Yeah, she's 4 months now, and so she's kind of at this cool point where I'm figuring out, like, I can put her down maybe, like, next to me on the bed, and she could play with her toys now. She's, like, discovering toys, and then I can maybe write an email, like, once. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at right now, but it's really fun. She is just discovering things, and it kind of makes you slow down and look at things from their perspective, and yeah, it's really fun. I'm enjoying it.
That's awesome. Love it. Okay, so I'd like to talk about your journey into motherhood, what that looked like for you. Were you always wanting to be a mom? And then we can kind of dive into like what you're doing right now. I just want to hear more about like your vlogging experience now as a mom too, because that's changed a lot. But so tell us a little bit about your journey into motherhood.
Well, journey into motherhood, I would say it was a long time in the making. I keep forgetting how old I am after 25, but yes. I'm 32. Tyler and I got married, we're going on 6 years, and we had said when we got married, we'll wait 2 years and then we'll try and have, a family or try for a kid. And so 2 years hit, and I remember we kind of laugh about this, but I was curling my hair in the bathroom, and Tyler walked by, and he's like, or I just remember turning to him, and I'm like, it's been 2 years, so, like, do you want to have a kid? Or yeah, like, do you want to start trying? It was just kind of like randomly put out there, like, hey, it's been 2 years,
Oh,
so
that's so
remember what we
funny.
said? And we honestly, we both kind of were like, no, we're not ready at all. We've been pretty open. I don't know if you
Oh,
can hear
baby
Daphne in the background.
girl. I love it. I love it.
She's trying to join in on this
Yes,
conversation.
girl, talk your heart out.
I love it. She is a big talker, but
Aw.
oh my
Oh, it's
gosh,
so cute.
yeah, she's a huge talker. So anyways, we weren't ready. We've been pretty open about this on our YouTube too, but marriage the first couple of years was really tough for us.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of learning to do. We went to counseling for like a year, and that definitely helped. And so it wasn't until about now, it was 5 years into our relationship that we, tried. And that was kind of like our journey into having a family. And
Yeah.
for me, really, I felt like, okay, I felt ready. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I felt ready in the sense of like, even just between me and Tyler, I think when you become a mom, everything else goes out the window. I mean, it's like so much, I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
I guess whatever your desires were prior, it's now about this little person. And not that you have to give up your whole life or anything like that, because I also hate when people are like, oh my God, you're going to have a kid, your life is over.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
anything, my life is just beginning now.
Totally.
It's a new chapter of my life. Like, yes, my old life is over and that's okay, but my new life is so awesome and I love where it's going,
Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean, it's just that change. And so I was ready for that. I was ready to say, okay, this old chapter is done. This old book is done, and we're moving into something new, and I'm excited for that. And so yeah, that's kind of my journey into motherhood, I guess.
I love it. That's great. Okay, cool. So I'd like to kind of going off of that, like have you share a little bit about some of your passions in life, and how being a mom now fuels those things rather than taking from them. So what brings you life? What brings you joy? Obviously, besides your sweet baby girl. But,
Yeah.
how does that all tie in now for you?
Oh, for sure. I think you hit the nail on the head when you said it fuels everything. So I feel like being a mom now fuels all the things I was passionate about and still am passionate about. So for me, like, I'm very passionate about just being creative, whether that's doing graphic design work or creating a website, making videos for our YouTube channel. All of that, like, being a mom just fuels that tremendously. If anything, it just makes me, if anything, you can't procrastinate anymore because time is of the essence.
Totally.
And so it's like, yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I could say before, I wouldn't say I procrastinate, but like I could maybe wait until, kind of that like, oh, okay, I got a week left to do this or something. And now it's like, oh no, I mean, I have a 30-minute nap time to get this done, so I better get it done right now. So if anything, I feel like, yes, it fuels and it pushes me to have to be more on it and more efficient because like I said, you don't have that much time anymore.
Yeah.
And so
That's good.
yeah. So yeah, and those, I'm definitely really passionate about our YouTube channel. This year, we're kind of did like a big relaunch on it because I got pregnant and that really grew our channel. We saw a lot of people wanting to come along on that pregnancy journey with us, which was awesome.
Cool.
And I do all the like filming and editing for our channel. And then it was like, I hit the last trimester of my pregnancy and it was like videos became very scarce, like it became hard to sit down to edit.
No kidding.
I couldn't even lay down. Lay down wasn't even comfortable anymore. So not to make excuses, but it became very hard to keep doing those things. And then post pregnancy, our channel just kind of, again, I think I maybe posted like a video a month where we were posting like 3 times a week. So it definitely changed. And post-pregnancy, I did deal with really bad postpartum depression. And I've been very open about that too. And so, yeah, it was like post-pregnancy hit. And again, something I was so passionate about was no longer really able to give it my all
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Looking back, I'm like, I definitely beat myself up for not being like, oh my gosh, like I can't do this being a mom and doing these things that I wanted to do. But now I'm like, I wish I wouldn't have beat myself up and just maybe enjoyed the moment a little bit more rather than caring so much about what I wasn't able to do in that moment because I'm now back there.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
it's like it slowly came.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like I have like a good groove. We're back to doing daily videos actually, not just 3 times a week.
Wow, that's
And
amazing.
so, yeah, if I can look back and tell that girl who just had her baby that was
Yeah.
stressing about not being able to do all the other things she thought she was going to be able to do, I'd just be like, you're going to get there. It's
Yeah.
okay. Enjoy the moment right now. Because I rarely remember Daphne as a baby. Like as a newborn, I have to actually like there's this one video I'll go back and watch of her. And I'm thankful to have that because I don't remember that
Yeah.
just with like going through my postpartum and just
Totally.
everything. I don't remember her really being that squishy newborn,
I
you know?
know. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about that the other day because I have to do the same thing, and sometimes I would like kind of almost beat myself up in not remembering stuff, and I'm like, relax. There's so many hormones going through your body, not to mention like the lack of sleep that you get right in the beginning, which affects your memory anyways. So I think it's like
Right.
that's a good reminder to like breathe. Give yourself a break when it comes to that stuff, for sure. I love
Yeah,
that.
definitely. Because I do believe like you'll slowly get your groove back. You
Yeah,
know, like you'll
totally.
slowly find your new normal, whatever
Yeah,
that is.
yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
so how would you say you stay inspired in the day to day in managing your time now as a mom with trying to bust all this stuff out?
I'm like, how do I stay inspired? You know what? You know what? Actually, I would say what keeps me inspired now is, well, one, my daughter, because I just have to, you can't mess around anymore, you know? But I would say my like other mom friends that are also just running businesses. Like for me, you know, I have my YouTube channel and then I'm also launching a separate business. Which is like a retreat for hair and makeup artists because that
Oh,
is, you know,
wow.
I did makeup prior.
Yeah.
And so kind of merging events and that together. So have this business that I'm, you know, getting off the ground. And so being around other I would say like entrepreneurs has been really, really refreshing. And it kind of like keeps me inspired. We keep each other inspired, keep each other encouraged, you know, through everything. And honestly, like I know sometimes with Instagram, moms can maybe beat themselves up because you're only seeing the highlight reel. But I really try and look past that, you know, and
Yeah.
just be like, okay, I know no one has it together, okay?
Yeah.
And if they
So
do,
true.
please give me a call because I need to learn. But, you know, it is inspiring seeing other moms, you know, like kick butt at taking pictures or
Yes.
whatever it is that they're doing, you know, and growing their business or whatever it may be. That's inspiring. And, you know, I kind of need that little kick in the tush sometimes too. So yeah, it's awesome. It's great being able to like one of my best friends, Hannah, she has a family channel as well, and she also owns a clothing line.
Wow.
Their channel is called Sly Fox Family, and then she owns Sly Fox Threads, and she's got 2 kids, and I mean, just super busy but it's great like seeing her do what she does and being able to chat with her, ask her questions, or
Yeah.
just kind of even vent to her about stuff like
Sure.
is nice, and I need that support. So yeah, I
Yeah.
would say other mommies kicking butt
That's
keep me inspired.
That's awesome. And I actually really appreciate that perspective because sometimes I think we can get overwhelmed by the social media side of things and it being the highlight reel, but also recognizing it can be a source of inspiration and strength too, I think is really
Yeah.
important. So that's
Yeah,
great.
definitely. And just knowing like if it is something where you're like, okay, I can't look at this because it's making me feel like, oh my gosh, my house is so dirty, I haven't cleaned it, and this girl's house is so pretty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, then just remove yourself from it. You know, it's
Yeah, that's
okay.
good.
It's totally okay to be like, you know what, I need a break right
Yeah,
now.
that's so good.
So, yeah.
Okay, so I like to also kind of ask, I know it's still kind of early on for both of us as far as
Mhm.
being mamas go, but what are some things that you've done, or what are some things that you'd like to do in making sure you're taking care of your heart, it just in the day to day?
Ooh, I would say, hmm, what I've done, and it hasn't come easy to me because I'm kind of the type of person that is like, no, no, I can do it.
Mm,
I'll get it done. But being able to ask for help
mm,
and not feel ashamed about that, because I know in the beginning, when Tyler was like getting ready to go back to work, my mother-in-law was going to come and help me for a couple days. And I remember feeling like, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to take care of my daughter on my own, like if I'm always
mm,
having help. But actually, like, that is, I'm glad that I took the help.
yeah.
I'm glad that I was able to get a couple little extra naps here and there in the
Mm,
beginning, because I don't know where my mind would have been if I didn't. It's really hard,
yeah.
and it's so hard in the beginning. So I would say be okay with asking for help,
Mm,
if you have it available to you,
mm,
because I know not everyone gets that. And
yeah.
so if you can, like, definitely take advantage of that and know that it's good for your soul too as a mama,
Yes.
and you're not less of a mom for getting the help or asking for the
Yeah.
help. So yeah, I would say that that's one way that I try and guard my heart. And even right now, like, I'm trying to work out with my mother-in-law. Sometimes she might come on like Thursdays to watch Daphne, even for
Oh,
just like 3 hours, while I can go to a coffee shop and just try and bust out some
yes.
work. I'm like, it's amazing what I can get done now in three
Yeah.
hours when you're like, time is of the essence.
That's so
And
great.
so, yeah, I think it's important because you're giving yourself a little bit of free time. And
Yes.
then I don't know, I come back even that much more like energized
Mm,
to be with her. So yeah.
yes. That's awesome. So good. Okay, so I like asking this next one because I've heard so many different answers, and it will be fun to hear from you too, just because we're in a similar space. But
Mhm.
have you experienced mom guilt yet? And if so, how do you overcome it?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think I got mom guilt like an hour into having a baby, at the
Uh,
hospital.
yeah.
Um, for sure. Like, well, okay, so mom guilt, I would say the biggest mom guilt moment I had for me was, I tried breastfeeding,
Mm-hmm.
and it didn't work out. It didn't work out the way I thought in my head, the
Mm,
way I had planned. I had really, really bad anxiety when it came to feeding her.
mm,
And I already, again, I've been open with this on my platforms, but
yeah.
I do struggle with depression and anxiety. So I wasn't surprised that my
Mm,
PPD was so bad. And then, not to mention the anxiety of like, I did not want to go feed my child. And I think
mm,
there's something wrong with that,
mm,
like, and to me, it was like, okay, this isn't right. This isn't normal. This isn't how I normally feel. Something's
mm.
off here. And when I went to go see my doctor, he was just kind of like, honestly, the best thing is to take care of yourself first
That's
so that you
good.
can take care of your daughter.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, the mom guilt punched me in the face and in the gut so many
Oh,
times, because I wanted to breastfeed. I really did. I tried.
yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say just not being able to. I was able to, and I did. I gave it a good month, but it just didn't work out for me. And
Yeah.
the mom guilt was super real. Um,
Yeah.
but I've
Yeah.
gotten over that. Thank you, Lord Jesus. um, and honestly, my sister-in-law was really helpful with that because she went through the exact same thing, and she was kind of the first one to be like, it's okay if you can't do it. It's okay even if you
That's
don't want to
good.
do it. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like, some
Yes.
people feel like maybe they need to hide behind, I wasn't able to do it. It's okay if you don't want to do that. Your child, like, especially here where we live, like, we have access to food and formula, all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
your
Yeah. That's
child's
so
gonna get
good.
fed and they're gonna be fine. And so, and I know people, it's a very hot topic. And do I agree? I'm sure breast is best. I'm sure mama's milk is probably no, I'm not going to say probably. I know that mama's milk is better for baby. but it just didn't work out that way for me, and that's okay. And I know that there's so many moms out there that it didn't work out that way for them either, or maybe they just made the decision on their own and said, this isn't going to be for us. That is okay. And I think as a whole, we need to stop like shaming each other too. And
right.
just like respect each other's differences,
Yeah.
because I have friends who do breastfeed and I bust out my bottle and it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter at all. So
Yep. Yeah. Amen. I love that. I love it. Thank you for going there. That's so good.
Thanks.
Yeah. Really wise words. Okay, so I also love to talk about legacy. And like, what are some of the things you think about when you hear that word, and the legacy that you want to leave for your girl?
Legacy wise, I guess for me, I would love to leave Daphne knowing that she can do anything she puts her mind to, you know? And yeah, that she's not defined by what society's standards are. Especially, this was something I just recently started kind of opening up with about on my YouTube. But so Tyler, I'm Mexican and Colombian. Tyler is Dutch background. So she is, you know, she's half Hispanic, Latin American, whatever term you want to call it. But she's half of that, and then she's half Dutch. So we kind of were talking about, it's like, well, what would she mark on, you know, like when you, for example, when you go to college, it's like, are you Caucasian? Are you Asian? Are you Hispanic, non-white, or whatever it may be? And not to bring up like racial things or anything like that. I don't, you know, first of all, I embrace everybody in every culture. It doesn't matter whatever your skin color is. But it just was an interesting thing I was thinking about, because I know for me, sometimes I grew up, again, sometimes feeling like I wasn't this enough, whatever, fill in the blank. I wasn't Mexican enough, or I wasn't white enough for my white girlfriends, or I wasn't, you know, whatever it may be. And so I don't want her to grow up feeling she's, whatever it may be, that she's not, whatever people define she's not enough of, or caring about that, if that makes sense, you know? So, I don't know, that's just a big thing for me, because I now just kind of embrace like I am who I am. I love my family's background and culture, and I embrace those things of what I've been learned, or what I've been taught, what they've shared with me. And I want her to learn those things, but it is different. I was born here in the U.S., so it's different than my mom, who was born here, but she was raised in Mexico. Completely different, you know, for us. So,
cool.
yeah, I don't know if that makes sense where I'm going with that, but yeah, it's just kind of just something I've been thinking about a lot.
Great.
And especially the fact, because she looks like her dad. So I've already received people kind of being like, oh, is she your daughter? Or like, you know, so it's a really interesting thing. It's just something I've been thinking about. It's a conversation I want to have with my audience, because I know I'm not the only one. I know, and there's a lot of people who have mixed kids who are of mixed descent, whatever it may be. So yeah, it's just a conversation I'm interested in having with people, because it's something I'm learning along the way of like, yeah, people thinking that she's not my daughter because we don't look alike, you know? And so,
Wow.
And I hate to say it at the end of the day, but they're thinking that not just because of our looks, but it's because of our skin color. That's the thing, you know? So, yeah.
That's, a whole other issue and level of craziness.
So,
Okay, so this will be really cool for people now to, like, if they haven't heard of you or seen your channel, to be able to go and kind of see firsthand like who you guys are, what you stand for, all of that. So before we dive into the last couple questions, where can we find you on social media? We'll add all the links in the show notes, but just a little shout out now.
Yeah, thank you. I'm very active on Instagram. So my Instagram is at Piper D. Young. And then also we're very active on YouTube. So our channel is Piper and Tyler. If you search in there, we should come up. And then I'm on Twitter here and there. And actually I need to change it just to my name. It's like an old name right now. But
Oh,
So
okay.
just if you want to go find me on Twitter, just look for Piper DeYoung. You'll find me on there.
Perfect. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, cool. So I like to end with some fun
Okay.
questions. The first would be, what is your favorite product right now for you or for Daphne that you feel like you could not live without?
Oh, okay. I would say my friend one of my good friends, and she's like a second mom to me. She went to Portland and she went to this like little baby shop and she found it's like
Mm-hmm.
just little crinkle paper. Like it just crinkles. Yeah, and it
Ooh.
has like little felt on it. She's over here like she's in between. What are you? Are you happy? Are you sad? What is it? She's like she will pull out like her pacifier
Yep.
and then
Oh
she's
my
like,
gosh.
wait, where'd it go? I wanted that.
Yep. Yep.
um,
Bobby did the same thing. I
yeah.
love it.
But
So
anyways,
funny.
product that me and Daphne love, crinkle paper is life. She loves it. It just is like this little felt paper and it just crinkles and
That's
makes
so
noise and she
cool.
totally digs it.
Okay, cool. So, and then do you have a favorite product for yourself
Oh
by
yeah.
chance?
Favorite product for myself, I would say is Dr. Dennis Gross makes these peel pads. It's a two-step and you kind of just wipe them all over your face and then you do the first pad and then the second pad and you don't have to rinse, which is awesome. One less step, right?
Ooh.
So yeah, I
Yes.
love them and your skin is like glowing and amazing the next day. So I
Ooh
need
la
those.
la. Awesome. Okay, and then the next would be, do you guys have a favorite holiday family tradition?
Oh man, we haven't gotten there yet. You know, this was her first
Yeah.
Christmas, and then she was sick during Halloween, so we
Yes.
really didn't get to do anything fun then. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I could foresee us doing something fun with like stockings. I mean, that's something that Tyler and
Ooh,
I have done
yes.
together, although we didn't get to
Oh,
do it
cool.
this year, but we definitely love, good little stocking stuffers, and I could see us doing something like that fun with her in the future.
Love it. Very
Yeah.
sweet. Okay, cool. And then the last thing, which you've kind of already hit on this a little bit, but a piece of advice you'd give to a new mom.
Oh man, yeah, I would just go back to saying how just really enjoy those first few moments. I know I had other moms telling me that and I thought I
Mm-hmm.
thought I was doing it, but really when I look back
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no, my mind was thinking about everything that I wasn't doing. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
just give yourself grace. It's okay. Make mistakes. It's
Yes.
okay. You're gonna make mistakes. Learn along the way, and you're gonna
Yeah.
find your groove eventually. Like you will
That's
figure it
good.
out, and whether that's your old groove that you get back or a new groove, but you will get
Yeah.
back to doing the things that you love, and you're just gonna have your little partner along the way with you now.
That's
Yeah.
right. So good. Awesome. Well, Piper, thank you so much for taking the time to do this. I'm so excited to share and really blessed that you took time to do this.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you.
and thank you. Honestly, what you're creating for
Yes.
moms is so needed and so huge. I love the podcast idea.
Oh.
Just because honestly, like I've already been listening to like your past podcast. Like I was listening to Natalia
Oh.
Roa's podcast and I thought it was awesome. And I was
Oh,
listening to, I just put it
good.
on while I was feeding Daphne. Like it was just a nice little thing to listen to while I was
Oh,
feeding her. And so I think what you're
that's
doing is
so
awesome and
great.
so needed. So yeah, keep it up, mama.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to hear that. And I am really enjoying it. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and glad to have people like you to share
Yeah, of
on here.
course.
So,
Thank you.
come give me a kiss. I know you won't want this forever. Let's see how you do. Thank you so much for tuning in this week to Piper's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Be sure to check out her YouTube channel. Just go and watch like her latest video. Her and her sweet little family are very entertaining, fun to watch, and it's sweet that you get to kind of follow in their journey as baby Daphne grows up. I just think that's really sweet. They have a lot of really cool things coming up, like she was talking about the Ember Retreat. I know there'll be more of those kinds of things in the future. They're already sold out, which is so exciting. So cool. Anyways, stay tuned because we're going to have her friend Hannah that she was talking about, who owns Sly Fox Clothing, in the future on the show. I'm so excited. That was such a sweet connection. But yeah, I'm really, really thankful for Piper and all that she does. She gave me some sweet marketing tips, which I need because I'm not a very good marketer, but I'm so grateful for her. So show her some love. Go follow her on YouTube if you're not already, Instagram. They're a great family to follow. So yeah. Also, all the links will be in the show notes, as always. Be sure to check us out on Instagram and Facebook at Mommispace. Shoot me an email at mommispace@gmail.com. I'd love to chat with you. If you have somebody that you think would be good for the show, I'm always open to talking and reaching out to different people. So, yeah. Also, be sure to share with friends if you like this episode, if you like the show. If there's somebody that comes to mind that you think would benefit from it, we would love to spread the word. Another way you can help us out is to leave us a rating and review on iTunes. All of the instructions on how to do that are in the show notes as well. Seriously, so appreciate all of you guys listening in. Love this little community. Remember, you're enough. You are amazing. You're doing your very best. See you next week, Mama.